Hello again. Thank you for joining me on my channel. My name's David Charles, International Psychic and White Witch. And today we're going to do a reading for you entitled, Will I Ever Be Rich and Famous? Will you ever be rich and famous? Stay tuned to find out. Following the readings, we're doing stage 13 of the Old England School Tarot course, which is the Queen of Wands. The Old England Tarot School was designed and put together by my soulmate Leslie, and the picture behind me, and myself well over 20 years ago. And we're teaching it now to diploma standard. And if you've been following me, I hope you're enjoying the course. So we're going to do the reading first. Will you be rich and famous? And then the stage 13 straight after. And I'll see you in a few seconds. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to shuffle these cards, which have been shuffled, but we're doing a little bit more so you can see that. And we're going to make 4 stacks of cards for you to choose from. Of course, we're going to ask you to choose one of the 4, but if you want to run it on, let's say if you chose one of the 4, please do so, but you're welcome to listen to all of it if you want to. So we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these cards are numbered from that deck 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's number 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'd like you to choose. Which one would you like? Which one feels good for you? Which one suits your psychic? Which one feels lucky? Do you feel lucky? Pick 1, 2, 3 or 4. If you want to pause the video, please do. Okay. If you started and picked number 1, number 1 is for you. Let's take a quick look. Will you ever be rich and famous? Now this is a reading that psychics call timeless, which means there's no dates. So you can find this reading today. You can find it in a few months or even a year or 2 from now. It doesn't make any difference. You'll find this reading when you're meant to and you chose the cards. So remember that. This is generic reading. It won't apply to everybody, but it will resonate with lots of you. You'll know straight away if you're one of those people. So this is going sometimes years ahead because you may not be rich and famous yet, but you may be later on. And I'm going to do my best to help you. My job is to help you, and that's what I'm here for. At the moment, I think if you're in showbiz, or you're an author, or you're in football or music, or anything like that, football in America maybe, I think you're being tied down by indecisiveness. So it may be that you've got a few strings to your bow, as they say, and you're thinking about which way to turn. And you possibly believe that you can't do all of them. So you may be a man or a lady of many talents. It appears to me that you'll have to choose one eventually. I think you'll always be good at all of them. But one of them will, and I really mean this, one of them, number 1, will make you rich and famous. You heard it here first. I can't tell you the exact date or how long it'll take. That would probably need a private reading. But at the moment, I think you're stuck in a rut. You're probably not practicing like you should or doing the things you should. It may be a business venture, of course. I think you're being pulled to one side by other hobbies, other parts maybe of your profession, other things that you love to do. And that's common, you know, if you want to succeed, especially in sport, you need to be selfish. You need to dedicate all of your time to your chosen sport. But you may be in something else. You may be in music. Then you've got to practice that. You've got to do your lessons, piano lessons, violin, or whatever it is. But at the moment, I think you're being distracted. And as soon as you get over that, and that could take about a year, depends how good you are, having seen this reading now, as soon as you can remove distractions, I think your progress will be rapid, and I really mean that. So think about what you can dump, what you can get rid of that's dragging you down and stopping you. It could be family or relatives, but don't hurt anybody, but make it quite clear that you are moving forwards. You're not going to stand in the wings any longer. You want to be a star. You want to be rich and famous. You may be rich and not famous. You may be famous and not rich. But I think one or both of those are coming to you, number one. And I really am picking that up from the spirit world very strongly. For lots of you, not for all of you, unfortunately. I think some of you are receiving offers very soon. Offers to do with work. And if your career and your hobby are the same thing, then it's brilliant, wonderful news. However, you may be a musician at night and work in a factory during the day. So it may apply to that. You're going to receive an offer to do with your work. Let's hope for some of you, your work is the thing that's going to make you famous and hopefully rich. So you're looking at the horizon now. Once you've got rid of the chains that bind you, you'll be looking further forward. You'll be searching in here in your mind. When you go to bed at night, you'll be thinking about what can you do next to make progress. You'll have one sole ambition, and that is to be famous, to be rich. Remember, you heard it here, davidcharlespsychic.com if you want a proper reading, a full reading. Then at the moment, I'm picking up that you'll have to travel a lot. That's going to be expensive. So you're going to need some backing, maybe a sponsor or a rich parent or a rich uncle or a rich boyfriend or girlfriend. But you're going to need some money because I think you're going to travel, and I do believe that before or when you are rich and famous, you'll be traveling a lot overseas. So remember that. Richness, fame is coming your way, I'm convinced. And I'm talking to the right person because that's probably why you chose this particular reading to take a look at today or tonight, wherever you are. So remove the chains that are binding you, and I think most of that is your own indecisiveness. I think there are problems around you that you tend to ignore, and you need to deal with them, get rid of them, remove them. You need better than that. If that includes removing people, then don't hurt anybody, but you may need excuse me, to remove some people that may be blocking your progress. That could be competitors as well, of course. You'll have to overcome that somehow. You may juggle with finances because you're going to be traveling a lot. If you're a sportsman or lady, it may be because of that. Maybe you're going to be in the Olympics. At the end of this reading, we have this one, and that sums up, normally, not every time, depends what's with it, but it means richness. And the question of this reading is, will you ever be rich and famous, or rich or famous, or both? And I believe that the answer is yes, number one. So I'm really excited about that. I'm glad you watched this, and I hope it's helped. So to sum it up, get ready for travel, get ready to change, because you're going to need to. If you're a sports person, man or lady, you will need to be selfish. That's why I think single people do well, and when they get married and have children, they tend to sometimes go a bit down in their abilities, and because they're busy with other things, of course. But if you're single and young, dedicate your life to your sport or your music or your film industry or acting. You may be on the stage, whatever it is, you need to dedicate yourself to it 100%. No less. No less will do. You want to get to the top, there's only one way up, and that's work. You may find one day that something will click and you may get discovered. But I believe that you will be dropping the restraints, the chains that bind you. As soon as you can, the better. You'll receive an offer of work soon, which could be to do with your career. If it's your career that you work in, is what your ambition is as well. In other words, if you're an actor, that's what you want to be famous in. It's also your work. That's just an example. You will have to travel a lot, and you'll enjoy that. Don't let that become a burden. Don't say I'm fed up with hotels, because some people love to live in hotels, of course. The end of this reading, number one, I believe, tells me that you will be rich. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell icon if you want me to be notified when I upload new videos, which is regularly, because we're doing the course, the Old England Tarot course. And we're going to take a look now at number 2. If you chose number 2, this is for you. Well, everybody can't be rich and famous, but it looks the same again, that the answer for number 2 is yes. Maybe not such a big way as number 1, But number 2, your stress levels are too high, and they are predicted to go down. And my spirit guides tell me that something's been making you really stressed and keeping you awake and worrying you. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's going to go soon. You're going to shake off the stress. You're going to go to calmer times. I think 1 or 2 of you are a bit older than some people that would look at this reading, because 1 or 2 of you have a child or children. So you may be one of those that takes 50 years to become an overnight success. And they do exist, of course. So I think that when your stress levels go down, your success will start to go up. Now, it's all right for me to say get your stress levels down. That's not always easy. Some people are struggling with money. Some people are struggling with health problems. There's all kinds of things that can be going on. But I believe, number 2, that once you've overcome the stress and try to chill out a bit, let it all go, then you'll start to make some progress. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be as easy. And number 1 wasn't easy, but it's more defined in the number 1's reading. But I think you'll be guided by a man. It could be a woman, but I believe it's a man. A man who travels extensively, who will make offers to you. A man who is very, very active, never stops working. That's the sort of person you need. He'll deal with your accounts. He'll deal with your business. He is very, very popular, and he's very popular with the ladies. The ladies love him. So if you're a female artist or singer or actress or a female sports personality or person, you may have competitors in the female stakes who are trying to take your man's mind off things. I don't think there is a romance for you and him, but he was going to help you. I believe that he travels. I believe that he's always on the move. He can be quite irritating because he won't sit down for a minute. He's at it all the time. He's going to be a big help to you. As I said, it could be a woman, but I believe in most cases for you it will be a man. And then after all that, when you've got your stress levels down, when you've met this person, it could be next year, it could be 2 or 3 years' time, but you will meet him or her, then your luck will start to change. As we have here the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is turning, and it's turning towards better luck for you. You may think that's upside down, but from where you are, it's the right way around, reverse they call it. I don't do reverse cards, I read them as they come out, but unless I'm specially asked to. So I believe your stress levels will go down. When you make them go down, it's not easy, I know, but you need to try and get your stress levels down. You'll be helped by a man, 90% sure it's a man, it could be a lady, who travels, who is very popular with the opposite sex. He likes a bit of a womanizer, he likes the girls, but that doesn't stop him working. He knows what he's talking about, he's at it all the time, he'd be on the phone, he'd be doing this, doing that, ringing agents for you, all sorts of things. He'll be looking after you. He'll look after others as well, but you will be centre of attention because he knows that you're good at what you do. Whatever it is, sports, music, acting, anything. Then your luck changes. The 3rd stage of your readings shows your luck changing dramatically for the better. You're heading at number 2 for a run of extreme good fortune. I'm not sure when it'll be, but it's coming. And then you may see a celebration. There it goes. You can see people having a drink. 3 of Wands, and that shows celebration, reasons to be cheerful. It can mean marriages, it can mean birthdays, but because this reading is called Will I Ever Be Famous and Rich, then I believe that's what the message is from the spirit world. So number 2, I think you're on your way. I'm not reading these things just to please you. This is what's coming out, and I wouldn't know what's coming out before I do this any more than you as far as the cards go. But number 2, get your stress levels down, learn to relax, stop worrying about unnecessary things. Worrying about things won't help. Once again, easier said than done. Watch out for a man, almost certainly a man who's going to travel a lot, who's going to help you. I don't think you'll travel as much as number 1 was going to, but there will be some travelling involved in your success. Then your luck will change. Once you lower your stress levels, you meet this new bloke, your luck will change for the better. Almost a guarantee, not quite a guarantee, but almost, for most of you. And then you'll be celebrating because I believe that you will become rich and famous, or one or the other or both. So I hope you enjoyed that number 2. Let's take a look at number 3. What have we here? Not quite as cut and dried this time. For a start off, number 3, to make any success at all, you're going to have to move. You're going to have to move house, you may have to move city, town, you may have to move country. That is not easy, but it should bring happiness. I don't think a lot of you, number 3, are happy where you are at the moment. Not all of you. This won't resonate to everybody. Something like when you read the stars in the newspapers. But it will resonate with lots of you. And I think lots of you have got to move. If you want to become famous, if you want to become rich, or if you just want to be successful, you're going to have to move. You've got to decide yourself. Don't do it because I'm telling you to, but you may feel that you're going to have to move house. You may feel that you're going to have to move town or even country, into a different country. I don't think you're going to go alone. I think somebody will move with you. It could be someone of the same sex. It could be a girlfriend or boyfriend. It could be a lover. But I do believe that you have to move to make it. Not yet, maybe not for a few years, but eventually you'll move. And that movement will bring happiness. It will be a trigger, a catalyst to bring happiness to you. Then it appears that your success has been thwarted in the past by blockages, and you are fed up with people letting you down, people saying they'll do things for you and they don't do them, people making promises, promising you the earth and they don't do them. All they succeed in doing is hurting you, and you're fed up with it and you don't want it anymore. So now you've got the barriers up, so nobody can get close. Now if people need to get close to help you, you've got to work out which ones you can trust. There's nothing here to say you're going to meet someone dishonest, but I do believe that you have in the past. I don't think you're going to have that trouble quite so much in the future. But you need to be able to trust people. If they say they're going to help you, check with them, say, do you really mean this? Because I've had this before and I don't want it again. You don't want to be let down again. If you can get over that, then you will progress. Once again, a bit like the last reading, you're ignoring things and turning a blind eye to things, and you mustn't do that. You've got to be steadfast in your ambitions. Whatever it is you do, it's music, sport, acting, playing piano, anything, whatever you do, you've got to be focused upon that thing. You have to be selfish, I'm afraid. But once you've moved, and I do think you'll move, once you've removed your defensive mechanism, your Freudian wall, then and only then progress will be made. But you've got to take it easy. No going on the drugs and all that like some musicians do. Generalising, aren't I? But you've got to look after yourself. It's very important. It's very much stated here by the spirit world. You have to take care of yourself, which tells me that a lot of you probably don't. And you've got to learn how to do that. Bed early, work when you have to work, eat properly, don't smoke cigarettes, don't drink too much, don't take drugs. Look after yourself. And then I think you'll be okay. At the end of it, I believe that your success, which won't be as big as the other 2 readings, but I think it's fairly good, probably more success than richness and fame. But success will bring love to you as well, if you haven't already got it. And I think yet another traveller you'll fall in love with, someone who will open doors for you. Not just literally opening doors, but open doors for your career. It's a person that will treat you properly, like the old school. Man or woman, it could be either. Again, a traveller, a dreamer, a lover. This person loves to be in love. He or she is soft. He or she is kind. They will look after you. They will look after you. They will stop you from being victim of backstabbing and that sort of thing. They will be there for you whenever you want them. Please don't lose this person. They're very special. So number 3, not as cut and dried as the other 2. I think not so much rich and famous. I could be wrong, but I do think you'll be successful as long as you take heed. You may have to move house or country even. You've got to drop your guard a little bit because you can be a bit over defensive or sometimes paranoid about people because you've been let down so much in business and in your work and in the thing you love to do that you want to be successful in. So you may have to lower your guard a little bit. Don't lower it completely because there are still sharks out there who will tell you fibs and not tell you the truth. You have to look after yourself, number 3, otherwise you'll ruin everything. If you can't look after yourself, just get a job 9 to 5 because you won't cope with this success otherwise. And then I think the end of it will bring an offer of love if you're not already in love. And if you are already in love, then it may become more intense. But you've got good stuff here, number 3. Not quite a dead-on cert that you'll be rich and famous one day, but it's not beyond the possibilities. So thank you for listening to that. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon if you want to receive notification when I upload videos. And please, if you want a proper psychic reading with me or my team, I have a lovely team of readers and they're very good. Go to davidcharlespsychic.com. That's davidcharlespsychic.com. That's my website, one of my websites. Now then, number 4, similar in a way to number 1 because you're being pulled in 2 directions. Number 1 was being pulled in several directions. I believe that you're ready now, already, because 1, 2 and 3 weren't ready yet, but you are. I think number 4, you've got 2 choices, and I think you'll try and do both, and it may split you up so you only put 50% energy into each project, and it won't really work like that. It may work to a certain extent, but if you want the big one, you've got to choose between 2 subjects. You play the piano, are you a stage actor or actress? Are you good at sport? Which is it you want to do? You have to ask yourself. I believe you're torn between 2 careers or 2 hobbies that you want to succeed in. Once again, this is the least likely for rich and fame, number 4, but it's not impossible. You have to choose the direction you're going to go, and you need to do it soon. You can't leave it, keep putting it off. You got to tell your family, tell your friends, this is what I'm going to do. I think most of them will be behind you. I think if you've got parents, they may chauffeur you around if you're young. If you've got a wife or husband, they may do the same. But you have to make a choice. If you don't, you're going to feel torn for years to come. And then I believe when you've made your choice, you enter sort of a pause where nothing seems to be happening. Things will be happening under the surface. You planted your seeds, the seeds of life, and you're waiting for them to grow, and they will grow. And I believe that once they start to grow, you may see the shoots of something very special. I'm not saying it's rich and famous or even massively successful, but there's nothing here saying you can't do it. You may just have to work harder than 1, 2 and 3 did. Once again, there's travel involved for you, but things are going to go fast. Once you've decided what you're doing, then you go through a pause where nothing happens or seems to, then all of a sudden everything happens all at once. You better be ready. You'll know when it's coming. Be ready. Get your bags packed. Metaphorically speaking, be ready to move because things are going to take off. You're going to get lots of communication from people to do with this project, whatever it is you want to be successful at. And you'll decide that soon. Some of you may not have decided that, but you will soon. As I said, some of you have got 2 choices. Once you've made these decisions, and only then, things are going to go like a rocket. So you'll be in the fast lane and you need to be ready for it. Otherwise, you'll just be dragged off like someone stuck on a roller coaster and you can't get off. What a lovely thought. At the end of it, number 4, there will be people around who can't be trusted to tell you everything. As always, they may not tell lies, but they're not telling you everything. Maybe for your own protection. Maybe you're quite young, some of you out there. But success can be yours. It is certainly not a definite. I think number 4, there are people who do this. They work and they work and they work and they say to themselves, I'm going to make this happen. If you've got that determination, when you make your choice, I think you've got two things to choose from. If you genuinely have that determination, then you can make it. But it's not given by spirit. I don't think they're going to make it happen for you automatically. There's nothing here that comes over as warnings. None of these 4 readings have warnings. There's nothing nasty in any of them, which I'm so pleased about. But number 4, you may have to work harder than most people. Some people do. Some people practice their sport 4 hours a day. Some have to do 8 hours a day to get the same results. You may be the 8-hour-a-day person. That's just an example. It may not be sport, of course. But expect travel. Make your mind up soon. Don't dither around much longer. Expect a pause, then expect fast goings on. Then expect lots of secrecy around you at the end. When you're successful, or comparatively so, there may be people hiding things from you. And you may be doing the same. So if you want a full-length reading with me, or one of my team of expert psychic mediums, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. So that's your 4 readings. I hope you enjoyed that, and a special welcome to you, as always, if you're all on your own or you're lonely. I'll be thinking about you, and I'm here if you want someone to listen to and get on your nerves. So, in a few moments' time, we're going to start stage 13 of the Old England Tarot School Diploma course, and that is the Queen of Wands, and I and she will be with you in just a few seconds. Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. We're now going to do stage 13 of the Old England Tarot School course, and it is the lovely Queen of Wands. There she is, right in front of you there. The Queen of Wands, and excuse me using notes because I don't want to forget things. This here we have a lady, a loving, kind and clever lady. Someone that's astute in business. She can balance success though with a caring side. She has a caring nature. The Queen of Wands is a strong character who is loving, honest, well, honourable really, and trustworthy. She may be married, widowed or divorced. A lover of animals, this lady, and it is a lady, loves the countryside, the seaside. She enjoys the comforts of life that she's got through hard work. It's what the success and trimmings that finance brings. So she's not, too badly off. She's got some money. This card carries indications of advice for you, for the querent. That's the person you're reading for when you're doing tarot readings, or you if you're being read to, of course. A business proposition or meetings of that nature this can mean as well. It's not all about the woman, the Queen. The Queen of Wands is a fertility card, which is lovely if you're trying for a baby, or anything else that you need to grow, not just babies. The Queen will encourage growth. She will encourage expansion for you. She'll be devoted, but you don't want to cross her path. If you cross her path, there will be very strong defences. She's very defensive. So don't mess about with the Queen of Wands. You'll know who she is when you meet her. If she appears in a spread followed by a male character, she may be loving towards that male character, which is, you'll see that when you do the readings. You'll learn that later on. If the card's reversed, or backwards or upside down as I call it, it could be a lady that's untrustworthy, on the attack for no reason, imagining things that are wrong that's not wrong, a bit paranoid. She could be manipulative. She can show characteristics of anger, deceit, jealousy and all that sort of thing. So you don't want the Queen of Wands upside down if you can help it. And just take look at a few of the notes I've made 20 odd years ago. The Queen of Wands is often voted the most popular. She may have been a school prefect when she was at school. She's attractive. She often is good looking in the classical sense, like the old movie stars. She's got a warm smile, an easygoing manner. Had lots of friends. The Queen of Wands had lots of friends, lots of admirers. They called Diana Princess of Wales the Queen of Hearts. She was a bit like the Queen of Wands as well. Her energy was contagious. She was laughing. She was happy most of the time. Her enthusiasm was total. Good stuff. Nothing gets her down. She tackles things wholeheartedly with dedication, commitment. She loves doing, she loves going and doing stuff. She's naturally strong, coordinated. She's never arrogant. The Queen of Wands has deep faith in her own abilities without being arrogant. She's quiet, she's self-assured when she needs to be. She knows, well, she has the knowledge that she can do whatever she sets her mind to if she sets her mind to it. A bit like you with these readings about sport and drama and all that sort of thing. If you set your mind to it, you can do it. You need the Queen of Wands in your reading. The Queen of Wands has many sides to her. There's no pinning down her on one. You can't describe her in one thing. As I said, this course will be put into word form where you can download the lot, and it'll be very intense, more than I can tell you in these videos. So some of the key words for the Queen of Wands: appealing, popular. She has great sex appeal. She creates a very powerful first impression, so first impressions do count. She's got loads of enthusiasm. She does things with dedication. She's open, she's sincere, she doesn't hide things away, she doesn't hold anything back. She's busy, she's vigorous and strong. She radiates health usually and vitality. She could be a natural athlete as well. Optimistic, upbeat. Whenever she walks in a room, she brightens the room up. Again, it makes me think of Princess Diana. She finds it easy to shake off blues and feeling down. She's self-assured. She can not really be easily rattled or provoked, and she's spontaneous and graceful if she gets defeated in anything. So she has faith in her abilities. You can see where the Queen of Wands is going. It's one of the nicest cards, certainly one of the nicest club cards, or wand cards. The wands are, of course, clubs in an ordinary pack. So this will be much more in depth when we do the course that you can download. When I get round to it, it's a massive job for me. So I hope you enjoyed your readings, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again, special hello to you, or goodbye now if you're all on your own. Don't get too lonely. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon if you want YouTube to notify you when I upload new videos. And if you want to make any comments, they're down below. And if you need a psychic reading, go to davidcharlespsychic.com, where you can book me from anywhere in the world, or one of my team of exclusive, very talented readers. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back soon with stage 14, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.